kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Angashyamalingachitadirabhito mandikritim devaram jadyam jagalarochisham vidilatam pattam varasya shriyam vrindaranya nivasinim ridvasabdamavirammodaram radhaskandhaniveshito jogabhujam jayam damodaram Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Brahmacharudne Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Loud Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, my limited pranams to the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev, Nitya Prishna Vishnupada Astotra Satya Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Shiksha Gurudeva Swami Vishnupada Astotra Satya Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj, Shrimati Krishna Priyata Purana, all Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga, all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis, Pujapad Damodar Maharaj. So, during the month of Kartika, as we heard, there's very important regulative principle to hear Damodarashtaka. Srila Sanatana Goswami is stating in its entirety every day. It's good to hear. And specifically, it's good to hear the commentaries, the word for word, the meanings, and the commentaries. From Damodarashtaka, so many spiritual topics, important spiritual topics evolve. So, as we heard in the day before yesterday in the introductory class, Damodarashtaka has gradation. So Satyavrata Muni was meditating on the pastimes of Damodar for long thousands of years. And first of all, he's offering obeisances, he's offering namami, he's offering dandavats. So it's very important before starting anything to offer dandavats to Guru, to the worshipful deity. So Damodar is his worshipful deity. Therefore he is offering dandavats pranam. Namamishwaram Satchidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashoda Biyolukala Davamanam Paramrishtamatyan Tatudrutya Gopyam. Ishwaram Satchidananda Rupam. Ishwaram means Supreme Lord, Satchidananda Rupam, the embodiment of eternity, knowledge and bliss. So that is most important principle to realize first that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So foolish interpreters of Vedanta, atheists, they're thinking, oh, these are just pasturing, romantic type of pastimes of human being. So even great Vedantists often don't recognize Krishna to be Supreme Personality. And those Jnanis who establish the false presumption that Krishna as a personality is the product of Brahman, like manifestation of Brahman. They misinterpret the conclusions of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna says, Brahmanahi pratishtaham amritasya vyasya cha shashvatasya cha dharmasya sukhasya kantikasya cha. I am the basis of the Brahman, full of bliss, full of effulgence, full of nectar, amrita, etc. So they put the meanings of Vedanta upside down. So those people, atheists and impersonalists, cannot understand that Krishna is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So for a devotee, it's completely essential to start from the point that we're worshipping the Supreme Lord. And the Dasya Rasa is absolutely essential. So we'll come to this line, the line of bhakti. We hear from spiritual authorities, Diksha and Shiksha Gurus, about the position of the Supreme Lord. First of all, Krishna is the Supreme Truth. Amna prahatatvam harimaha paramam. So he is the Supreme Tattva, Supreme Absolute Truth. And I'm his das, I'm his servant. So So the practice of that dasya rasa is very important. That's why Chaitanya Lila is especially important, where Shri Chaitanya is establishing himself as the servant of the Lord. Well, we know that he is in the mood of Srimati Radhika. We know that he is addressing Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radhika. But that comes after. First of all, he's showing the world example that one has to realize oneself as das, as the servant. So now, concerning Vraj, concerning Vrindavan, this is the utmost manifestation of Krishna's Godhoodness, of his qualities as the personality of Godhead. That is called Purnatama, most complete. So the manifestation of Krishna in Dwaraka, where he still has so much sweetness, but also a lot of Aishwarya, a lot of own reverence. That is called Purna. Now Mathura, which is much close to Vrindavan and Dwarka, even geographically, but there also so much sweetness, much more than in Dwarka. And Krishna is called Purnatara, means more sweet. But in Vrindavan, Krishna is Purnatama, means he's the relisher of the 12 rasas in full completeness. 5 main rasas, rasa means spiritual relationship with Krishna. Everybody has inside as a potential. So each jiva has relationship with Krishna. So he is enjoying. He's the enjoyer of all 12 rasas. Dasya Sakya Vatsalya, Dasya Shanta Sakya Dasya Vatsalya Madhurya, neutral, is a servant and master, very friendly, parental affection, and finally Madhurya, the loving relationship in the mood of a heroine. So, and 7 supplementary rasas. What's that? Laughter, wonder, chivalry, compassion, anger, disaster, and fear. These 7. So Krishna is the relisher of the 12 rasas in full here in Vrindavan. So then Satyavrata Muni is going further. He is at once, in the first verse, which is very, very significant to mention, in the very first verse, he is already speaking about Krishna's sweetness. Krishna's sweetness. Lasat kundalam gokule brajamana. So, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the shining Dev. Dev means embodiment of all bliss, on whose cheeks makara-shaped earrings, kundala, are frolicking to and fro. They are frolicking just like pendulum, to and from, to and fro. So that is a very, very Madhurya type of observation by Satyavrata Muni. Very much sweetness at once. He is mesmerized by the sweetness of Krishna from the very first verse, although so much Aishwarya is obviously in the very beginning. But then the second line, he says, Lasat kundalam gokule brajamanam. So brajamanam means he's splendidly situated as the brilliant conception. So Krishna is the most complete conception. We heard Purnatama. So in Vraj he is situated, Bharajamanam, a supremely brilliant conception. Here he is brilliantly shining his effulgence, attracting everyone. So we could hear, and we'll hear more, how many devotees who are originally established in Dasya Bhav are attracted by Krishna. That same Lord Brahma, that same Lord Shiva, that same Lakshmi Devi, etc., etc. They're certainly not able to estimate all sweetness. They're not able to join Krishna's pastimes here in full. But their appreciation is very exemplary for the world and for us devotees. So that's why we're hearing again and again how Brahma is attracted, how Shiva is attracted, how Lakshmi is attracted by his sweetness. So here also Satyavrata Muni is attracted so much. So Brajamana, Yashodabhiya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, out of fear of whom all the 3 worlds are trembling, out of fear of whom, in second canto of Bhagavatam, I said that out of fear of him, the sun and moon are performing the movements, the earth is standing before him, out of fear of him, all the luminaries are shining out of fear of him, the time is acting out of fear of him, etc., etc. So he is fearful himself here. Yashoda Bhiya. Bhiya means to fearful. I'm from Lithuania, so in Lithuanian Bijoti means to fear, close to Sanskrit also. So easy for us to understand. So Yashoda Bhiya, out of fear of Mother Yashoda, to natural fear. Krishna is fearful because Mother Yashoda has her powerful weapon, the stick. Krishna is, every monkey of Vrindavan is afraid of a stick, but Krishna is, Mother Yashoda is calling him Bandhara Bandhu, your friend of the monkeys, and certainly monkey's friend will also be afraid of the stick, but the stick of Mother Yashoda is not an ordinary stick. That is the embodiment of all Vatsalya Bhav. And Vatsalya Bhav means you have to discipline your child, you have to punish your child for him to, in order to become great representative of the family, great personality. So that's what Yashoda really wants of Nanda. That's why they punish Krishna, especially Yashoda. Yashoda's love is higher than Nanda's, it is said. So that's why her punishment is even more severe. So that was Nanda Baba who untied the rope, but Yashoda did what? She tied the rope to the grinding water. Kala and Ulukala, Kala means the naughty thief, and Ulukala, his accomplice, the grinding water. So he took shelter of the grinding water for standing on it in order to steal the butter, It was suspended on the ceiling, next to the ceiling, and then eating and feeding his friends, monkeys and crows, etc. So Ulukana, jumping from the grinding water. So out of fear of Yashoda, the Kala, dexterous thief, Ulukana jumped from the Ulukala, from the grinding water. So Dhammamanam, and running away. He was really Dhammamanam, he was really running away. Krishna is running away from the mother, and all the great demons are running away from him. All the great, even devotees running away from him. Sometimes, they're afraid of him. But Krishna is running away from Mother Yashoda. That is paradoxal to the first sight. But actually, as more we hear the explanations of Sri Sanatana Goswami, Param Gurudev, Acharyas, the more we realize that that's actually highest reality, not paradoxal. For us, it has to become very much home-like event, like home-like situation. We have to be situated in that sweetness. We have to be observing Krishna from the point of view of Madhurya completely. Because Madhurya is overflowing here. Madhurya covers Aishwarya completely here. Aishwarya sometimes, Gurudev was saying, like a straw of grass, sometimes on the surface of the boiling milk of Madhurya. But nobody really pays attention. Okay, grass, nothing special. But even if devotees here think that, oh, Krishna is probably the mighty personality, he has lifted Govardhan, he has punished Kaliya, he has so many demons he chastised. But that is just episodical because Nanda Baba starts laughing, Everybody laughs after him. All the Brijbasis laugh after Nanda Baba and Yashoda at the misconception that he is supreme, how to say, certainly he's supreme personality, but the misconception that Aishwarya prevails here, not at all. Madhurya totally prevails. So Paramrishtam, Yashoda sees Krishna from behind, at Antyadidam, ultimately, this word ultimately, Atyantita is very significant here because it shows how much endeavor Yashoda was putting in order to catch Krishna, in order to chastise him. So Krishna, by seeing her endeavors, by seeing her tireless desire to punish her child, finally he gave up. He gave up and removed his Aishwarya Shakti. So Madhurya was completely victorious at the end. Drutya, Yashoda was running so quick, so she was running quicker than Krishna. Who can run quicker than Mother Yashoda? Difficult to say, probably only Vraja Gopis. So no one else can run faster than Mother Yashoda, neither Brahma nor Krishna, neither Brahma nor Shiva, other demigods. So the glories of Yashoda's love already is being discussed in the very first verse. We'll hear more day after tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first day. So Shri Damodarashtakam ki jai, Jai Gaur